black peel. You're Rowan. You got termites in your smile. You have all the bitter sweetness of a seasoned crocodile. Mr. Grinch, you're a flower. Friends you don't have none. I wouldn't touch you with a 39 and a half football. You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You got garlic in your soul. All them smiles, homemade, I turn up, frown. All them decorations, I down. You can ask Max, I don't play around. Ayo. Who is this mean fellow with his skin all green and his teeth all yellow? What you so mad for? Halloween come around and we ain't knocking at your door, man. Mr. Grinch, who is this mean fellow with his skin all green and his teeth all yellow?
What is the meaning of this? Why do you laugh? It's not funny. I came here only to bring wrath.
Grinch, can't you see? School spirit persists, despite your tyranny.
Gee, you're right, Henry. I wreaked havoc today because chaos is my only idea of play. I'm sorry, one. I'm sorry, all. For today I realized my heart was too small. You all's kindness is like no other.
I still have to call your mother.
What? Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, what? She kind of sucks.
Ethan, are you serious? I was just in the hospital. I was in the ER. I have to do knee surgery in like an hour.
Sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
What is this on your face? I was wondering where all my green eyeshadow went.
Just ow, Mom, stop it! God, ow!
Good morning, Newton North.
Welcome to the second episode of The Update. I'm Micah Klein.
And I'm Raven McBride. It's nice to see that despite the Grinch's wrath, our school spirit is still intact.
Definitely. And with the winter break approaching, it's getting chilly outside. But things are about to heat up in the studio. Maya Maycomber sat down with Newton Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Anna Nolan while facing some fiery wings.
Here's an abridged version of our take on the popular YouTube show Hot Ones.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Maya Maycomber, and today I'm hosting Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Thanks to Buff's Pub for sponsoring us today and providing these wings and potato skins. Today I'm here with Dr. Nolan, our superintendent. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you have teenage children. What's one trend among like the younger generation that you just can't wrap your head around?
It literally takes 90 minutes to get out of the door because we are taking pictures of every possible part of our getting ready, what we're going to wear, what we look like in the kitchen, then in the doorway, then out in the car, and the things like, so I just want to go. I'll give you an example. So we decide, we're going to go on this like getaway weekend with the whole crew. I read an entire novel in the time that it took all of them to get ready and take the pictures before we would even leave the house each day to go out. So I think it's just like wanting to document every part and curate their social media image. And I just wanted to go to the events.
So you've talked about how one of your first jobs was playing Cinderella at Storyland.
So if you're Cinderella and you're a brunette, it's a really horrible job because every child pulls your hair and says, "You're fake, you're fake." It's also like July and August, and you don't want to be wearing a blonde wig. And then you're only allowed to do that for so many hours a day. The second part of the day, you either wrap cotton candy at the guardhouse, which is right next to Three Billy Goats Gruff, so you get to hear the screaming goats all day long. Or you drive the hot dog cart, which is literally a big hot dog on a bike. that you drive around there. So talk about going from the highest heights of royalty to the lowest hot dog bike possible. And so it's like your fall from grace every day.
Time for the last one.
All right. I feel like it's hot. Are you feeling it? The last one?
I can sense its aura from here.
Dragon's breath.
That's building for sure.
Yep, we're in trouble now.
Okay. So you started as superintendent of Newton during a time of disarray. How did you prepare yourself to go into that situation, and knowing that it was going to be a difficult year and a very impactful year?
Well, honestly, I didn't know it was going to be the kind of year it was.
Thanks again to Buff's Pub for the wings.
Think you could handle the spice? Catch the full version of this segment on our YouTube channel. You won't want to miss a single moment.
Those chicken wings looked really good.
Well, I'm more of a turkey person myself. Speaking of, a couple weeks ago, reporter Kyle Dewing went behind the scenes of Newton's annual Turkey Trot.
Every year, organizers and volunteers host the Newton Turkey Trot, a race open to people of all ages and a staple in the local community. Race organizers Priya Wagner and Liz Beckett have been sprinting into their 11th official year of the event.
In 2012, a bunch of us met here on Thanksgiving morning to just run a turkey trot because there wasn't one in Newton. And so then we were like, this was cool. 50 people showed up, and so we ran it and then made the course and started it the next year.
As it's grown, assembling the turkey trot has become more complicated. To secure the necessary funding for such an expansive event, the trot organizers have to search for sponsors.
Probably the biggest challenge is getting sponsorship for the race. Obviously, it costs money to run the race, to manage the race, but also at the end of the day, we're trying to raise as much money for the charities we support.
So we have partnered with the Newton Food Pantry, and the Center Street Food Pantry is a newer charity we're supporting, and then Journey Forward.
They really need our support. We've learned that over the last few years.
Just as these charities rely on the race also depends on the support of local volunteers.
I'm always a little scared 2 weeks before the race, and then suddenly, miraculously, we get enough volunteers, and they're awesome. Everybody loves to volunteer on the course. It's super fun.
Whether you are participating in the beloved Kids Fun Run or the Big 5K, the Turkey Trot is a great event for everyone.
Honestly, it's watching the little kids run the fun run. It's so much fun. Yeah. They do it so fast too. I think they finish in like 6 minutes, 12 seconds.
The kids race is 300 kids with big smiles chasing a turkey down this street. I think there isn't a person that's not smiling when they watch those kids run by. So it is a wonderful family event.
Be sure to stop by next year and participate in a fun way to give back to the community. For the update, this is Kyle Dewing.
I love that the race is in support of a good cause. Yeah. Congrats to Kyle and everyone else who completed the 5K.
If you'd like to join Kyle next year or volunteer, you can find more information at newtonturkeytrot.org.
Next, reporter Rowan Hood takes us into the school's music department and listens in as they prepare for their upcoming concert.
From long hours of rehearsal to the coordination of diverse musical talents, the Newton North Orchestra and Band programs are more than just concerts. They're a showcase of dedication, teamwork, and artistic growth. Adam Grossman, the longtime orchestra director, speaks on the ensemble of students and staff working together to bring the music to life, turning every rehearsal into an opportunity for learning and collaboration.
Every group of students is different, every year is different. The great thing about teaching is that every year it's a new job. Every year you're working with different people and different circumstances. We have students who are in 9th through 12th grade with a wide variety of accomplishment and abilities on their instrument.
Having been a member of the jazz band since his freshman year, senior Arnav Travers, a saxophonist, knows the importance of working as a team when preparing for a concert.
We start off with maybe like 5 songs that we'll work on. Them we'll flip between full group and sectionals where we'll work with just the people playing the same instrument, and then kind of as a group decide what we like, what we dislike, and then come out with a nice polished set after like a month or so of practicing.
It's always a challenge to find repertoire that is challenging to everyone but not too difficult for some people. to keep the most advanced players engaged and not leave anyone behind. The fact is, until I know exactly who's there and what the strengths and weaknesses of the group are, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to choose the repertoire.
A healthy level of challenge helps encourage students to work hard. Richard Labetz, director of the band, jazz, and rock programs here at North, emphasizes the importance of building a strong school community.
I think that's a really big part of what we do, and I know sometimes we leave the doors open here and then teachers or students will come in and kind of see what we're doing and really appreciate it. So building that community, but also letting the students know that they have a talent and a skill that other people really appreciate that can bring a lot of life and joy to people's lives.
As students and staff are always preparing for a concert or event, music drifting through the halls is not an unusual thing to hear when walking past the band rooms or the Lasker Auditorium.
It's important to get a lot of time in Lasker because there are students who haven't done that before. We give more or less one concert every marking period, and for each of those periods we're rehearsing towards performing that work at the end.
With all the dedication that students and staff put into the program, for a lot of them, it's become a second home.
Whenever I come through those doors, I know I can just grab my saxophone or I can just sit down on the piano and just start playing with whoever's there. It's really nice to have access to that.
In such a supportive community, students are constantly expanding their skills and orchestrating their path to success.
So for me, one of the benefits that I love to see is just to see the students grow throughout all 4 years of high school and see them coming in as kind of newbies and then the leaders of the program and then going out there into the world.
For the update, this is Rowan Hood.
Thanks, Rowan. The music department's next performance is the annual holiday concert this Thursday during E-Block. Don't want to miss it.
Lastly, with the frosty season in full swing, reporter Anasha Kaskar had a winter-themed question for the North community.
We're finally experiencing some snow in Newton, so we wanted to ask the Newton North community what they would do if they got snowed into school overnight.
I would watch a movie with some friends and bake some cookies.
I would probably have a huge group sleepover because everyone would be here and I think it would be pretty fun.
I would work out in the workout center. I would love to play hide and go seek in the building. That would be fun.
So when I was a senior in high school, we had this thing called Senior Safari where every space in the building was made into this obstacle course of sorts. And so I would try to recreate Senior Safari. It was an exciting time and I think we could pull it off on a snow day.
I don't know, probably find my friends and enjoy a good night at school.
We went to Vice Principal Amy Winston to find out her thoughts on the scenario and the responses of the community.
I probably would want to watch a movie on one of the large projection screens if I was looking to just chill out over the evening.
Honestly, the school's really big and there's parts of it that I've never been into, so I'd probably take the time to explore the whole thing.
And I just tour around the school, places I haven't been to and everything.
Get people to go into places in the school we probably aren't allowed, because why not?
Well, so there's some interesting things that students might not know, which is that Newton North is actually officially a shelter. So we actually have cots and other things in storage in the SOA, which I don't know if y'all know. And then the other thing that's interesting is that we do have a generator for the building. And that generator is set up to control all the necessary functions of the building. But top secret information, if you walk around the building, you might see outlets that are red. I happen to have one. Those are the outlets in the building that run off the generator.
For the update, this is Anasha Kaskar.
Well, I'm stuck here all the time just working on theater stuff.
I'd probably make a couple extra episodes of the update.
Well, lucky for you, we'll be back with another episode soon. If you have a story of your own, DM us on Instagram at Newton North TV. We can't wait to hear from you. Until then, happy holidays.